To me, what enlightenment is a remembering who you are, which is this I am presence, this aliveness that's right here. Not something about yourself in time, not an idea, not a behavior, not a memory, not conditioned. It's this alive presence that's right here, right now. It's not something you can get. And that alive presence doesn't contain anything. It doesn't belong to you. You appears in it. It's not something you've got from somewhere. You appear in it. The body appears in it. The alive presence always is. That's the nature of all things. And that's all that's really wanted in this life. The human has wants, survival wants, but really what you truly want beyond anything is just this completion, this relaxation into what you are, rather than always seeking to arrive. And in all of this, there is this human that arises, this person, and this person comes and goes, and this person's not hearing my voice. This person isn't listening to me. The I am presence is listening and hearing and seeing me. But the person is like a vessel in which it's heard and seen through, just like a microphone. The microphone doesn't hear, but the microphone is a way that makes your voice louder. Or like a camera, the camera doesn't see, but the camera makes it possible for seeing to happen, to recording something to happen. So this body-mind is like that as well, and in the body-mind arises a person that goes through time, that was born on a certain date, that has a dog, that has parents, or lives in a certain country. And non-duality isn't about eradicating that person. Sometimes we get so fed up with being who we are, we want to eradicate it, and we get into really like hardcore non-duality. It's this movement back to who you are, which is beyond the person. And then you become not the person, this everything, but experiencing through this person. So there's also this personal level to it. And the person has wants. The person wants to go to the toilet, the person wants its dinner, the person wants to go shopping, the person wants to walk the dog. And those wants are the way that I am present is expressing itself through these bodies. It's the way that I am presence moves these bodies. So an initial want comes, I want to go to the toilet, and the body moves, the body responds. And these wants are based around pleasure and pain. So you want that brings you pleasure, and you don't want that which brings you pain. So the belief is that when you get this pleasure, when you get something, that pleasure is going to last. That's what the person believes. That you're going to one day arrive, that you're one day going to get a job, get a home, and you're going to arrive in the personal world. At pleasures, this constant state of pleasure. And it's always hoping for that, the person. It's always hoping it's going to arrive at constant state of pleasure. It even gets into enlightenment in the belief, I'll be at a constant state of pleasure. Constant state of excitement or love or joy or orgasm or eating, whatever it is. And it's going to avoid all painful situations. But that's not the way the human's set up. If you're always in a constant state of orgasming, then how is the body going to carry on functioning? Like if you just imagine that you're constantly now orgasming, how are you going to eat your dinner or cook the dinner or go shopping? So it's not what you're actually looking for isn't that. What you're actually looking for is the dropping back into what you are. And this is contentment, this is completion and intimacy. But it's not a physical feeling. The body still has wants. The body still wants to eat. The body still wants to go to the toilet. The body still wants to go shopping, to get new clothes, to broadcast, to talk about this subject, to listen to this subject. And there's nothing wrong with those wants. The part that becomes the suffering is that I will get completion in a want. I will get completion in something I do. And so you're activating a part of the brain that's always about seeking for something else, something else, something else. And you believe in this dream, so it keeps thinking about what it's going to get, what it's going to get, what it's going to get. And it becomes more and more disappointing. You keep not arriving and the stress levels get higher. And what you've always been looking for is the closest sense of being, is this alive presence, and it's absolute home. And it's an expansion. It's a shift in perception from being limited and cut off and separate and believing you're going to arrive to this intimacy with everything. It's not a freedom from feelings. It's not a freedom from behavior patterns or to arguments or crashing the car. But it is a freedom on another level. So what you truly want is home, which is who you truly are. But on the personal level, the person has immediate wants. And it's important to understand that on the human level, not to get you enlightened, to become a more balanced and healthy human of what you want. Otherwise you always become a passive rider in this life, and by defining what you want, you become more active, which you'll find is a more fulfilling life. But sometimes we're so overwhelmed by wants because our society has so many possibilities that we can't make a decision because it's too important. But it's also not that important what you want. What's really important is this alive presence. What you want and what you get is either pain or pleasure. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.